Welcome to the Friends of NPACE Podcast, brought to you by Haleon. As a leading global consumer healthcare company, Haleon is dedicated to delivering better everyday health with humanity. Known for trusted brands like Advil, Excedrin, and Voltaren, Haleon leverages science, innovation, and human understanding. Haleon is proud to collaborate with NPACE to educate healthcare professionals about our pain portfolio and the latest healthcare information. For more information, visit www.haleonhealthpartners.com.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Friends of NPACE podcast. I'm Terri Schmitt, the Executive Director of NPACE and Practicing Nurse Practitioner, and I am here with...
I'm Josh Plotkin, the Chief Operating Officer for NPACE, and we are so excited to be with you today. Probably our second State of NPACE, State of the Organization, I was about to say union, but State of the Organization, addressing updates on everything that's going on the rest of this year. Lots of exciting things for us to dive into today.
Yeah, good stuff to talk about. So we're just going to kind of inform the audience of what's going on at NPACE and what you can check out. A lot of times we talk about information in the industry or we talk to guests and other speakers, but we figured it was time to kind of talk about what we're doing for the rest of 2025.
Absolutely.
So everyone can make their plans because everyone needs excellent professional development. And we actually have some fun and unique things going on. So we're going to start with events. We're going to Chicago.
Chi-Town, Windy City, coming up soon.
We're going to be there what day do we start?
I got you. April 7th through the 9th, Intercontinental, Chicago, right on the Magnificent Mile. That's right. NPACE events take place in cities, right where we say it's going to be. So we're downtown. We are excited to be there. A beautiful historic hotel that you got to go see before we signed on with them. So tell us a little bit about that. You had an amazing tour there. What's going on at the Intercon?
So the Intercon is at the Intercontinental Hotel in Chicago is a property I didn't know about. It's historic. It had been a Shriners building. It had been a training facility. It has one of the biggest indoor swimming pools in the U.S. They did some Olympic training there. I'm sure it's haunted. That would be cool. But there's also Michael Jordan's Steakhouse, and it is literally right on Michigan Avenue. So you can walk just down the block and across the street. There's this huge Starbucks that's like 5 stories, and the top bar has a martini bar where you can get espresso martinis. You can walk over to Sprinkles Cupcakes. You can go up in, I'm going to say the Sears Tower. That's how old I am, but the Hancock Building and see the whole city. You can walk over to Navy Pier. You can walk over to House of Blues. Phenomenal location. The hotel is beautiful. A little piece of history there in Chicago. And it's going to be a great event. It's pharmacology, 3 days of pharmacology updates. I'm going to talk on diabetes guidelines, but we're going to do an infectious disease update. We have some great partners that are going to be there with us and some partner education. We're going to talk about psychosis in elderly patients. So Amy Seipel's doing our keynote. Yes. It's going to be a great event.
Literally just got off the phone with Wendy Wright prepping for this event. Very excited. She'll be with us for Exact Sciences for a colorectal cancer screening Cologuard program. We also have Bayer with us to talk women's health.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be
great. We're going to be talking with Novo Nordisk coming in as well. Susan Boland will be talking to us about Wegovy and the latest cardiovascular trials that they've been doing with Wegovy. So lots of fantastic NPACE content going on in Chicago as well as partner content. But perhaps the most exciting thing is pre-conference. We can't forget about this. So Sunday night in Chicago, April 6th, from 5:30 to 7 p.m. at the Intercon, there's this phenomenal old school 1920 style room titled the King Arthur Room. And this was like a speakeasy smoking lounge, as we've been informed from our friends there. And we're going to be hosting a Roaring 20s kickoff reception party, whatever you want to call it. Rumor has it I might be on the 1s and 2s for that evening.
Yes.
And so there will be some live music as well. And we're really excited. I think one thing that we've identified from folks coming to NPACE is that they want opportunities to network. They want opportunities outside of the classroom, if you will, to get to know one another. So this would be a fantastic way to kick things off in Chicago.
Sunday night. Yep. So come. It'll be free and there'll be plenty of hors d'oeuvres. And I've got my flapper outfit.
Yes.
Oh, we're dressing up for the Roaring Twenties party.
I hear prizes will be awarded to
There,
the best dressed.
costume contest. It's going to be fun. I feel like providers need a chance to connect. They don't need just CE. So we're going to kick back just a little bit in Chicago.
Yes, looking forward to that. And so Chicago, April 7th through the 9th, Terry mentioned just an unbelievable location for everything in Chicago. Our staff is planning to get up to Wrigley Field. The Cubs are in town. The Bulls and Blackhawks are rounding out their season, so I believe there's some more sports if that's up your alley. And certainly check out any other live events that might be going on during that time. We have pre and post availability at the hotel. So if you want to come in for the weekend beforehand, you can, or if you want to extend your stay after, our rate applies for 3 days pre and post. So folks should definitely know that.
It's my birthday weekend, so we might be there early.
If you get there early, you might get to celebrate with Terri's birthday, which is a great segue because we're going to be celebrating something in Cape Cod pretty soon as well.
Cape Cod's in June. Do you want to tell them about Cape Cod?
Let's do it. So I think it's our most popular conference that we're pretty much at, the Seacrest Beach Hotel in Cape Cod every year, but this year, 2025, is a special one for NPACE. We're celebrating 45 years of the organization working to serve nurse practitioners' continuing education needs and professional development needs. So on Monday, June 9th, we will have a lovely 45th anniversary reception. Think cocktail hour style, like you would at a wedding.
Reception?
Yeah, so not the whole big to do, but it will be a fantastic event. We have some guests that are joining us that have been with the organization for many, many years. So speakers, board members, previous staff. And if you've been with us at Cape Cod, it's in the Ocean View Ballroom, which overlooks Old Silver Beach and just a beautiful setting with a beautiful sunset, hopefully that night. That will just be the cherry on top.
It's a great location. If you've never been to Cape Cod and you think, gosh, I really would like to go, this should be the year that you come and do that. But the other thing, 45 years means we started in the 80s. So the reception and the whole event theme is bringing back the 80s. It's going to be totally awesome. So bring your neon and your side ponytails and your Pat Benatar and hang out with us. But the conference is phenomenal. I mean, we're having a workshop on talking about sex and sexual health and evaluation is going to be there. We have some classic NPACE speakers. Mimi's going to be there, and she's going to keynote for us, which is great. Amelie Hollier is going to be there. Wendy Wright's going to be there. James Greenblatt, who does functional psychiatric medicine, phenomenal speaker. Just lots of really cool things going on. So Cape Cod in June, I would highly recommend.
Yes, June 9th through the 12th, some great partners with us as well. Neurocrine's going to be back talking tardive dyskinesia and movement disorders at this event. We have a few partner CE programs as well with PCEC and PeerView. So I believe there's some diabetes, some liver disease education that we'll be talking with them. We also have a new pharmaceutical company, Crinetics, that is in clinical trials right now, but they're going to come and do some disease state education on the last day of the program. So excited for all of our partners that will be with us in Cape Cod, June 9th through the 12th. There really isn't a better opportunity to get onto the Cape. Family-friendly event. We encourage you to take advantage of all the amenities that the Seacrest has, and we've been informed that they've made total updates and renovations to everything as well down there.
We heard.
So I know for a fact the beach furniture is new. So you may catch me lounging out there at the end of the day.
Well, okay, so you bring up a good point. I actually will say. So any of the events we have, not that we don't want you in the room, but we record the session. So once you buy a conference seat, you have 90 days to access that content post-event in the conference app. So if you would happen to stroll out on the beach in Cape Cod and fall asleep in a chair, you won't miss the session.
No, you won't. And I think another really important new thing for NPACE to mention at this time as well is that we're AAPA accredited.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you brought that up. So we've been talking about this for a while at NPACE because as a practicing clinician, I know that a lot of the advanced practice providers are in the same boat, and we serve nurse practitioners really well for a long time, but our physician associate brothers and sisters really need to be in that family. So starting in Boston of last year, we now have applied for AAPA accreditation at all our live events. We have CME, which means your PA and physician friends are welcome to come and get credit as well. So bring them. We really believe bringing APPs together is going to make this all stronger. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yes.
Forgot.
Absolutely. So really exciting. I think one of the other things as well is, and we'll talk about some of our things on the Learning Center shortly, but all of the content that we do at our conferences eventually ends up on our Learning Center. So very soon, folks are going to start to see that there's going to be AAPA credit availability to earn online with NPACE as well. So very exciting development. Big shout out to our education team, Danielle, Lisa, and Josh Merson, not myself, who are helping us with all of our AAPA accreditation needs and making sure we're obviously up to date with everything ANCC wise as well. So all credit types now available at NPACE events, and you can find more information when you go to our website and look at the continuing education requirements. But let's keep the train moving into summertime, where in August we have a 2-day virtual event that's going to be very exciting.
This is a little bit of a pet project. So, I mean, which everyone needs to know about labs. There's all kinds of labs that I draw that I'm like, I wish I knew more about that. Whether a patient asks me about genetic testing or hormone testing or allergy testing. And so we are having Lab Fest.
Woo-hoo.
Yes, in August, kind of a back to school thing. We're really going to invite the faculty and the students to that. But it's 2-day virtual. No matter where you are in the world, you can come to Lab Fest.
Absolutely. So two great days, August 20th and 21st, all virtual event, as Terri mentioned as well. We record everything, so we do know those are work days for folks. So if you can join us for some sessions but need to come back for others at a later time, you're able to do that for the 90 days post event. So really excited for Lab Fest, something that we've talked about here at NPACE in terms of, let's think about the time of year, things that are going on, and align content accordingly with that. So that will be a fantastic event coming up in August. And then we go right into Phoenix, which is going to be one of our biggest events of the year, I think.
Yeah,
between we have pharmacology, primary care, but this is also where acute care will be joining us in 2024, or sorry, 2025. Oh God almighty years. I've been, what day is it? We're at the NPACE office today, so that's something there. But Phoenix, September 22nd through the 25th, we're back at the Sheridan Grand Wild Horse Pass. Beautiful property that you've been to. So break it down for us. Property, education, wherever you want to start.
So I think the best place to start with Phoenix is how unique the property is. The property backs up to the Gila River tribe and their tribal lands and nation. And so we really want to respect that. There's just a lot of history there. And so we like to try to invite them to be a part of what happens there and check out the local artisans. But it's also just a unique geological area that it's so gorgeous to just step out. It's so peaceful, the red rock and the cactus, and it's a place of wellness. So we're going to be doing wellness there. We have one of our wellness providers, Lindy Adams, who is with us in Dana Point. She does yoga. She works specifically with healthcare providers, trauma survivors, which most healthcare workers are. And so that's going to be fantastic as well. But this is the one place a year we do acute care. It's going to be a phenomenal acute care track. We're going to do some hands-on stuff. That room is going to be amazing. The primary care here is going to be phenomenal. And we have 2 days of pharmacology always, because everyone needs pharm credits. So, and the property is just, I can't say enough about what a great location is.
Yeah, beautiful property, like classic Arizona desert style. Highly recommend folks go ahead and we have a fantastic rate with the Sheraton there. One course that I'm really excited about is medical aesthetics. That's going to be happening.
Oh yeah, we're going to talk to some people about that and how to get involved.
We also have we have a few of our influencer friends that are planning to join us there. So shout out to Sean Dent, Michelle Liu. She's known as the MP mom, perhaps more.
She's fantastic.
And we have 2 NPs in a pod. They're actually Rose and Maddie, I believe, and they'll be with us for the medical aesthetics course as well. So really excited to have them with us. Be sure to check out their channels. September 22nd through the 25th in Phoenix, Arizona. And then yes, absolutely. And that's where acute care is. So we know that that's become something that folks have looked to us for. So we have the super pass available. So
tell me, See everything with the Super Pass.
Exactly. So the Super Pass allows you to, it's almost like Disney World. You can bounce around whatever conference you want to. Same thing like the parks there, which, ooh, what a segue into the next one that we'll get to in a second. I really didn't, but with Phoenix, the ability with the Super Pass is you'll get primary care, pharmacology, and acute care. You can bounce around, and then obviously anything you miss, you come back and take and earn your credit. I believe it's over 30 credits that you can earn with the Super Pass. So.
Absolutely.
And if you stay at the event hotel with NPACE, this applies for everywhere except Cape Cod, just because we have limited availability at the Seacrest. But everywhere else, if you stay at the event hotel, you'll save $100 on your registration fee for the event if you're there for the full time. $150 in Phoenix because it's a 4-day event, as well as Orlando. So
it's even more. Here's how you have to do that, though, because people always ask. You have to go to our website first. Go to the hotel page, book through our link, get your confirmation number, then register for our event and use that confirmation number as your discount code. We're not going to like mail you a check.
So no mailing of checks. You do. So book your hotel first. Go ahead, enter your confirmation number. That will apply the discount for you when you're registering for the event. As always, we have fantastic staff members here at NPACE. If you need any assistance with getting registered for an event or any hotel questions that you have, we can certainly help out with. So Phoenix coming up in September.
Super Pass.
Yes. And then we segue with the park hopper passes to Orlando, where we're really excited to be there November 2nd through the 5th. This is a 2+2 conference, so 2 days of primary care, 2 days of pharmacology. But perhaps what's even more exciting is that we've partnered with APEA at this event, and they'll be doing a live certification review during this event as well. So Terri, tell us a little bit more about what's going on in Orlando from the conference side, education side, and then we'll talk about the hotel and some fun stuff in Orlando as well.
Orlando is unique because we're partnering with someone for this event for the first time. APEA is one of the biggest and best certification prep exams in the market. So many of you APPs out there are precepting students. This is the event for you to bring your student and show them what in-person events are like. We are actually going to run a discount for that, which we're highlighting at NOF, which happens in April, but we'll talk after that and we'll push it out. So be watching your emails where you kind of get to bring someone and get a discount. We are doing 2 days of pharmacology, and then we're doing 2 days of primary care. So it's a 2+2. You can come to just 2 days or all 4. But the students, APEA, will have theirs during the primary care day. So you could bring your student to the 2 days of pharmacology. We are also, because it's in Florida, we're going to talk about human trafficking. Everybody in Florida with a Florida license needs 2 hours of human trafficking to recertify. We will be doing that there with Dr. Tarita Ernwine, who's going to be doing a human trafficking workshop. We have some stuff to help with opioid, meeting that for different places and state licensing, but it's going to be a really great conference. Lots of good stuff going on. Wendy Wright's going to be there.
Yes.
Talking there as well and doing some great sessions for us. So it's going to be a phenomenal conference, but we are going to be doing a preceptor, faculty, and student give back. So be looking in April for that to come through and join us in Orlando. The other thing I'll say, besides fun stuff, is that conference starts right after Halloween weekend. And if you want to go anywhere super fun besides like Salem for Halloween, it is Orlando.
Yes, that's what I've heard. Being a Massachusetts man, we'll do a comparison in terms of that. But no, in all seriousness, the Halloween scene down in Orlando is phenomenal, and we're really excited because Orlando is another place where family and friends are more invited to come and join us. We do have some exclusive discounts that we have worked with Disney, so you can see that on the event website for
I think
Universal too.
I mean, if you're a Harry Potter.
So, I mean, we got all the bases covered here at NPACE. So whatever park preference is yours, we do have discounts available. Also, if the parks aren't your thing, too crowded, we do know with the discounts, it's still a pretty penny to go. There's so much to do in Orlando that's still fun and outside of chocolate pinatas, Uncle Julio, and NPACE tradition.
There's the lazy river at the hotel.
There's a lazy river. Downtown Disney, I think it's now Disney Springs, has some phenomenal restaurants. Myself and fellow colleague Danielle were there for the Alliance meeting back in back in January of this year. And there's a lot of smaller sort of, little water parks and other like amusement parks that are there that aren't necessarily Disney or Universal, but still have rides and are a great time.
But some of the grown-ups like Harry Potter too and Halloween. Just saying.
Absolutely. If you are able to get over to Harry
Yeah.
Potter World is
It
unbelievable.
is very
And
cool.
we're both Harry Potter nerds.
The one thing I am total Harry Potter nerd. The one thing I'll say about this hotel that we know already is that outside of our block, the hotel is completely sold out. So if you think this is an event you want to come to, you better get on registration and book your hotel through our link. Otherwise, you won't have a room.
That's a very, very good point. And we always try and do everything we can to help folks with hotel rooms if we've run out. But this is going to be one where if you want to be there and you see the content is something that applies to you, or Orlando is a place that you want to be, absolutely go ahead and make that happen ASAP, because we will run out of rooms.
Yeah, we definitely will. And I just want to make a personal shout out to APEA. We truly believe in great preparation for students, for practice, for certification review, and APEA has been a great partner. We are thrilled that they are going to be in person and have chosen to be with us. So much of the time anymore, review is virtual or it's online, and the students just get so much more. So we're going to try to pull them into that, to the exhibit hall. And by the way, at every conference, we serve you breakfast and lunch, and there's plenty of coffee, and there's lots of Wi-Fi. It's just an experience you're not going to get anywhere else. And as we bring these new advanced practice providers in with us, we really feel like that's important. So shout out to APEA for joining us there.
Yeah, very excited to have APA join us. It's been a thing that I think we've been talking to them for a few years. So for it to come to light now is really amazing, and it's a fantastic thing. And I think we'll touch on this briefly, because this will I'm just all full of segues today.
You are.
But with the students being with us there, it's also an opportunity for the faculty to be able to come to us. So we're working on a few things for student and faculty, as well as preceptors, that folks should keep their eyes on our website for some new things coming soon. And
That's true.
yes, yeah.
Forgot we're working.
So there's some things behind the scenes that we're working on there to really bolster our offerings and partnerships in that realm. But this also leads into, we're almost going to reverse back the timeline here. And NPACE is also hitting the road to get ourselves out there a little bit more, and is attending several events throughout the course of the spring and summertime. So we're getting started. You're going to go straight from Chicago to Nantes, which is where this year? Denver.
It's in Denver. Great city. I'm looking forward to that. If you're not familiar, NONF is the National Organization of Nurse Practitioner Faculty. Amazing organization. We try to get out and support our fellow nonprofit organizations as much as we can. We will be at booth 113. Come and see me and Lisa Mathis there. We'll talk a little bit about what offerings we have for students. We'll have the behind the scenes new webpage open by then, and the special offer, we'll roll it out for Orlando. But if you are a preceptor, you're looking to become NP faculty, we'll talk about this in a little bit, but we have a learning management system. So we don't do everything live. Some of it's on demand, and we were proud to partner with DOMP to do a new faculty development program that's learning that you need if you're going to teach NP students. So come see us at NOF, booth 113, and we'll see you in Denver.
I also heard if you come visit us, we may have a special discount code for that product.
Just for NOF.
Just for folks that are at NOM. So booth 113 there, taking place April 10th through the 12th. I don't quote me on that, but I know it's right after our Chicago event. So those are the days that will be there. And then, as some of you may know, NPACE is local to the greater Boston area, and we've been in attendance at a few of these events previously, but our fabulous marketing manager will be up in New Hampshire at the New Hampshire Nurse Practitioner Conference, April 16th through 18th. That's at the Omni Mount Washington. And so please go ahead if you're going to be there and visit Ryan. He'll have some fantastic information on upcoming opportunities with NPACE. And then shortly thereafter, we're going to be with our friends at the Massachusetts Coalition of Nurse Practitioners. That is May 8th and 9th. They have a new location out in Westboro, a beautiful new hotel, trying to expand their reach to the western part of the state and getting some additional folks to join us from there. So the Mass Coalition of Nurse Practitioners, we will also be at May 8th and 9th in Westboro. And then lastly, as we typically are, we'll be back at AANP, which is in San Diego this year, one of my favorite cities in all of
Beautiful
the
city.
country. We are booth number 1905 there. So 1905 is where Terri and I will be stationed for 3 days while we're there. I think one thing that we're going to be able to feature there is a preview into what next year,
Ooh, 2026.
2026, which is crazy to say here on March 11th, but it is.
We want you to come this year, but 2020.
So we'll have some previews on that, but we will also have a lot of information in terms of everything that we talked about going on for the rest of this year. Online CE updates as well in terms of all different opportunities we have. And we always bring the swag. We have swag for days here at this office. So
Swag.
if you,
Hand sanitizer, pens.
if you need,
things.
yeah, and you can always get a piece of chocolate at the NPACE booth as well.
Chocolate.
Fantastic event. ANP always does a great job of bringing together nurse practitioners from across the country. So we will be there to support them and are looking forward to that. Please come connect with us. We also know all of these events for outreach and our own events for that matter are a great way. We're approachable. We love to talk to anybody that's there. So we'll talk about a few potential things that that folks may want to learn more about with us as well. So
yes. If you're going to be at AANP, maybe drop us a line and let us know because we might do a little social gathering.
Yes. So we're looking into gathering some Friends of NPACE for sure, the Friends of NPACE podcast here.
Yep.
And so if you'll be there, let us know, and we will have a little social gathering to get together with folks there, as Terri mentioned, and then we want to let you guys know about some of these new offerings that we have on our LMS.
Yep.
And so Ryan Gellner, our marketing manager, along with Danielle Slavin and Lisa Mathis in our education department, have really worked to put together some fantastic new offerings on the Learning Center. So what's new and exciting there?
Yeah. So one thing that's near and dear to my heart, so all of our products you have 90 days access. So the Learning Center as well, you may have gotten an email that we just had a password reset for that, the on demand. So you can come and watch whatever you need to there as many times as you want, and you can download your certificates there. One of the really important things that we're trying to get at is skills practice. So even if a student is going online or they're going in person, or you're like me and you practiced in telehealth and you're like, I haven't sutured anyone in several years. We have a skills bundle for that. The skills bundle has suturing, wound closure, EKG interpretation. It has some phenomenal things in it. We send you a link, or there's a link in there on where to go buy suture, and you can just practice over and over and over. So that skills bundle, phenomenal.
Can I stop you right there? Because suturing, I believe, and I'm going back, was online a couple days ago rather. Michelle tagged us saying that we have a suturing course.
She did. The NP mom did.
And I did not personally know that we have that course online. So tell us one more time about that suturing course.
So it's in the skills bundle. You can buy it by itself, but there are 3 hours from simple to complicated wound closure in there, and basics of wound closure, and phenomenal. And you can buy the suturing kits to practice on Amazon. So there's a disclaimer and to show you where to go get that. But you can sit at home and practice. Don't practice on bananas like they taught us back in school, or pig skin. No, get the thing from Amazon. But yes, we have that, and it's phenomenal, and you can practice. So it's got that. It's got some x-ray interpretation, chest and abdominal, some long bones, spinal x-rays. Phenomenal. So if you're also a preceptor and you have a student, go check that out. Send your student over there to look at it. Again, it's not just one lecture day in one class. They have access to it for a while to go back and learn. We updated our 2025 packages. We are going to roll out the CME, which will be conference related. So those are all coming. Be looking for a PA page sometime in the next quarter or so. But we'll have the CME at learn.npace.org. The 2025 packages are great. We have a grand pharmacology. If you're getting ready to renew and you need more pharmacology credit, that's for you. NOMF we talked about. Oh, we have a state CE section now. We're working with the first 4 states, and we have some of the courses you need for recertification in that state. So you can go to NPACE and find it. And my favorite pet projects is the YouTube channel.
Yeah, the YouTube channel, which is growing here at NPACE. And I think obviously you can catch the podcast there and some of our wellness videos. But one thing that we've started to do is take content that is no longer able to be accredited. For example, there might be a course that has some new information that's become available, but we are putting things up onto YouTube to be used as content where anyone can really go there and access it.
Yeah, some of our good lectures that we hate to throw out, accreditation only lasts for so long. You can't just perpetually reaccredit something. So since we hold that information, we feel like it's really important to share some of that. There's a great dermatology lecture on there about rashes and systemic disease. So go check out the YouTube channel.
Please do give us a subscribe, and all of our Friends of NPACE podcast episodes are there. There might be a few with CE that are still up there as well. So please go ahead, get over to the YouTube. Best place to sort of see all the different content offerings that we have that are free and available at any time, anywhere. Best part about YouTube now is like you can just go home and pop it on your TV. If you're just looking to unwind at the end of the day, but still have something educational, pop on the NPACE YouTube channel and tag us, take a picture on social media, let us know that you're tuning in. We will repost it, we will share. So, and one thing I want to touch on that we started this year and have really are excited about as we move forward is a new program here at NPACE, which is an employer discount program. And so whether you're an individual attending on behalf of a company at one of our events, or you're in a position at a company that is responsible for making decisions for others that are working there, NPACE is now providing a 20% discount on all of our content offerings for companies, for employees to come and earn their continuing education at NPACE. So some of our partners in this realm include CVS Minute Clinic, Piedmont Healthcare, Duet, the American Board of Occupational Health Nurses just joined us in the past few weeks, and there are several others that are joining us to do this. And to take it one step further, as Terri and I were mentioning, are being approached and talking about different things, is we can take a look at the over 200 courses that we have available and work with your leadership teams to say what makes the most sense based on your employees in terms of content and what they need. And we've started to actually put together some custom packages for folks as well.
Yeah, I think it's a really important as our CE dollars are shrinking we're trying as a nonprofit to kind of do our due diligence and meet people where they are. And so with a bigger organization, it's just an easier way to do it. And then we can work with you. So reach out to Josh or I. We're happy to help with that if you want more information on that or to get that on board. And we hope to be working with faculty and because we have all this lecture content. You don't need to be an expert in anything. What can we do? What can we help you with your students? Where can we kind of meet you in the middle to provide you with some resources to help people as they're learning? So all exciting stuff.
Extremely exciting. It's never a dull moment at NPACE. I mean, we touched on so many different things here today in terms of all of the upcoming live events that we have, all of the online offerings that we have, virtual events as well, and some opportunities how you can connect and interact with us. So the best places for that and updates that happen on a daily basis are certainly our social channels. Our website has all the information that you may need. So npace.org, and that can really lead you to wherever you need to get to. So learn.npace.org is where all of our online content lives. So updates on all of those online programs Terri just mentioned, as well as the new PA content that will be released soon is there. And so the last thing we want to let folks know is that NPACE is an ANCC accredited provider of continuing education, AAPA as well, for our conferences. And we are offering our in-person conferences and online programs for NPs and PAs. So as mentioned, npace.org, more info on everything NPACE. Terri, any parting words?
No, I just want to say thank you to all the clinicians practicing out there. We know it's not an easy job, and we're here to support you. And I'm just grateful to be a part of NPACE in this work. It's important work. So keep learning.
Absolutely. I've been reflecting a lot recently because coming up in June is a decade at NPACE for myself, which is absolutely wild to say. But when I came into NPACE, and you asked me what a nurse practitioner is, I would have been like, I don't really understand. I'm just here for a job. And in 10 years and working here, to work alongside healthcare providers and to see especially what NPs and PAs do in their local communities with their patients, and even hearing feedback from folks that go into their medical office and say, my experience with my NP or my PA is just a notch above. The care
Mhm.
that is given from all of these folks across the country cannot be understated. So what you're doing in your local communities is fantastic. And as I tell anyone that comes to an NPACE conference, any of our partners, our goal is that you come to NPACE, you learn about something, and in that clinical setting, you can fall back and say, I learned that new suturing technique at NPACE, or I learned about this new guideline from the ADA at an NPACE event, and so on and so forth. So, shout out to all the healthcare providers out there. It's a interesting world that we live in at this time. We know there's a lot of ups and downs. So we hope that NPACE can be a place that folks come
Yes.
to get away from some of all that, enjoy being together with fellow peers and colleagues, and know that there are other people walking in the same shoes as you. And
Absolutely.
our events are a great opportunity to resonate with folks on that side of things as well.
It is. And if you haven't been back in person since COVID, it's time. A lot of things happen. Guidelines are changing rapidly. I don't practice the same way I did 24 years ago when I entered this profession. So just come, let us take care of you, feed you, do all the things. And I'm grateful for this work and for all you clinicians. And the podcast is going to keep rolling in season 2. There's so many exciting topics coming.
Yes, lots of great episodes of the Friend at NPACE podcast. As you can see here, the podcast much better when we're here in person. So, as Terri mentioned, if you're not in person, there are just things that we can't replicate online. So please come and join us at an event later this year. We hope to see you there. Thank you so much for tuning into the Friends of NPACE podcast, everybody. We will see you next time.
Bye.
Take care.